first one is football. Yes, really important this. Sky Sports have just aired an hour-long documentary, and it's called Football's Toughest Opponent. And I wondered, is it violence on the terraces? Is it prejudice? Is it some awful bribery scandal that has taken place as part of the transfer market? No. Believe it or not, it's climate change. And if the temperature rises any more than it does, 25% of all our football pitches will be underwater. They're literally underwater by the year 2050. You simply could not make up some of the rubbish that gets pumped out by Sky News. Now, last night I talked about the 40,000 people who'd lost their jobs in the care sector in this country. I talked about the knock-on effect to the NHS, the fact there are 13,000 people in NHS beds that need to go into care, but there aren't the staff to look after them. Well, overnight, the Skills for Care Foundation have produced a report. It's 153 pages. It says 50,000 jobs were lost last year in the care sector. It backs up the figure that I gave you last night of about 165,000 job vacancies in the care sector at this moment in time. And yet, of the whole 153 pages, there is the tiniest couple of little paragraphs saying that the mandatory vaccination policy might have had some effect. Well, I tell you what, it was 40,000 of that 50,000 that left the care sector last year. And I get it, the hours are long, the pay's not great. And interestingly, when the BBC covered this story this morning at great length, no mention was made of mandatory vaccines. And so I do very much reinforce the call that I made last night that says NHS workers who didn't have the jab were exempted and carried on working. Those 40,000 people in the care sector deserve to have their jobs back, and the country needs it very, very badly indeed. My goodness me, don't we? And how have we got ourselves into this situation where we can't have any proper, open, honest debate? No, if you argue against the mandatory vaccine, somehow you're some sort of, anti-vaxxer, an evil person. This is just a common sense argument. The Together campaign has my complete and absolute backing.